In this lecture, we are going to discuss arterial blood gases that are most important to know the acidic or basic status of the patient and also the oxygen saturation and the oxygen level inside the blood of the patient. So let's get started. We will discuss the different parameters of the arterial blood gases along with the different scenarios related to the arterial blood gases. So first parameter is the pH. We have to know the pH of the blood. So normal pH will be 7.35 to 7.45. If the pH is less than 7.35, then it will be the acidosis, and if the pH is greater than 7.45, then it will be the alkalosis or alkaline condition. So this is the general pH of the blood. Okay, next is the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide in the arteries. We are discussing the arteries. So partial pressure of the carbon dioxide will be 35 to 45 millimeter mercury. So we have two conditions. Carbon dioxide links to the lungs and it's a acidic gas. So in the breathing, carbon dioxide enter inside the body and expel outside the body. So this is the normal process that helps with the help of the lungs. So in the respiratory acidosis, what will happen, as we have seen that carbon dioxide is a acidic gas. When the concentration of the carbon dioxide start increasing greater than 45 mmg, then it goes towards the acidosis because concentration of the acidic gas start increasing and it goes towards the acidosis. And it is caused by the lungs, so that's why we call it respiratory acidosis. So in which condition it causes? So it will be seen in the COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Why? Because in that condition, lungs are not working properly. So in that case, concentration of the carbon dioxide start increasing and it goes towards the respiratory acidosis in that case. Second case is the respiratory alkalosis. In that case, the concentration of the carbon dioxide start decreasing less than 35 mmg, and it is seen in the anxiety, because in anxiety you will see the hyperventilation, patient breathing start breathing rapidly. So in that case, the concentration of the carbon dioxide start decreasing and it goes towards the respiratory alkalosis. So alkaline condition will be seen in that case. So this is the second parameter, that is partial pressure of the carbon dioxide, that will always links to the lung. Third parameter is the bicarbonate. Bicarbonate is alkaline in nature, and it you have to link the bicarbonate with the kidney. So normal value will be 22 to 26 milli equivalent per liter. Okay, in the metabolic acidosis, so it will be related to the metabolic. So in metabolic acidosis, what will happen? Decrease in the concentration of the bicarbonate less than 22 milliequivalent, because less concentration of the bicarbonate means the condition will be acidic, because bicarbonate is a basic in nature. So base decrease, it means that it goes towards the acidic condition. So that's why we called it metabolic acidosis. So it will be seen in the diarrhea, because in the diarrhea lot of bicarbonate start eliminating from the body in the stool in the diarrhea. So concentration of the bicarbonate start decreasing, and as a result it goes towards the metabolic acidosis. Opposite case will be the metabolic alkalosis. In that case, the concentration of the bicarbonate ion start increasing. When will it happen? So it happens in the vomiting case, because in the vomiting lot of gastric acid like HCl start excreting from the body or eliminating from the body in the vomit. So that's why in that condition it will be the metabolic alkalosis. So these are the three parameters: pH, partial pressure of the carbon dioxide, and the bicarbonate. Next is the partial pressure of the oxygen in the artery. So 80 to 100 mm mercury. So oxygen pressure will be high in the arteries as compared to the veins. So if the oxygen pressure less than 80, then it will be the hypoxia. So in what condition you will see the patient is hypoxic? So you can see it in the pneumonia, you can see it in the COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome. So all these things will be linked to the lungs pulmonary. So that is the partial pressure of the oxygen. Next is the saturation of the oxygen. How much oxygen bind to the hemoglobin, and what will be the capacity of the hemoglobin to deliver the oxygen throughout your body. So it will be the 95 to 100% saturation can be seen. So if this saturation, oxygen saturation is low, it means that poor oxygen delivery happening inside the body of the patient. So you can also check oxygen saturation through the pulse oximeter. So that will also help in that case. Next is the base excess, that will tell you about the metabolic conditions. So its value, its range will be -2 to +2. That's a range. If the value is less than -2, then it goes towards the acidosis. So that is another important thing, metabolic acidosis. And if its value is greater than +2, then it will be the metabolic alkalosis. So this is how base excess tells you about the metabolic acidosis and the alkalosis. Next is the anion gap, that will be the 8 to 12 milliequivalent per liter. So if the anion gap is high, then it will tell you about the acidosis. It means that acidic conditions inside the body. In what condition you will see the patient is in acidosis? You can see the DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis, because in the diabetes lot of ketones, ketoacidosis produced inside the body of the patient, and in that case the anion gap start increasing and it goes towards the acidosis. Lactic acidosis will, in that case you can also see. And renal failure, in renal failure you can also see the anion gap start increasing and it goes towards the acidosis. Next, anion can be normal in different situations, like in diarrhea and renal tubular acidosis. These are the two conditions in which you will see the normal anion gap. Why? Because there is a formula, sodium minus chloride plus bicarbonate. In the diarrhea and the renal tubular acidosis, loss of bicarbonate start increasing. It means that bicarbonate concentration is start decreasing in the blood. But our body will try to compensate this loss by increasing the concentration of the chloride ion. So it will compensate, and the overall value of the anion gap will remain same. So these are the two conditions in which the anion gap will remain normal due to the compensations between the bicarbonate and the chloride ion. So that is the important thing you have to remember in two conditions, in the diarrhea and in the renal tubular acidosis condition. Next, we will see the most important trick that will help you by you can just looking at ABGs and you can guess the condition, whether it is metabolic acidosis, whether it is uh, respiratory acidosis. So all these cases will be easier for you in understanding by just remembering this trick, and that will be the in the respiratory and the metabolic condition. You just have to check the pH. Okay, if the pH is decreased, then concentration of the carbon dioxide will be high, because high carbon dioxide concentration decreases the pH. If the concentration of the carbon dioxide is low, then the pH will be high. High pH means it will go towards the alkalosis. In the metabolic condition, you will see the if the bicarbonate concentration is high, then the pH will be high, and high pH will be alkalosis. If the concentration of the bicarbonate is low, then the pH will be low, and low pH mean it will be acidosis. So you just have to remember one thing. If there is a problem in the lungs and it causes the respiratory acidosis and respiratory alkalosis, then your kidney will try to compensate this acidic or alkalosis condition. But if there is a problem in the kidney, then your lung will try to compensate the acidic and the basic condition caused by the kidney. We will see it in the clinical cases. So we have 6 clinical cases. First is the, if the pH is low pH mean it will be acidosis. But you will also see the carbon dioxide is high concentration of the carbon dioxide and low pH. So it will be the acidosis. And what type of acidosis? Respiratory, due to the increase in the concentration of the carbon dioxide, and bicarbonate is normal in that case. So that is the respiratory acidosis due to the increased concentration of the carbon dioxide. Second case is the pH is high and carbon dioxide is low. Low concentration of the carbon dioxide increases the pH, and increased pH will be alkalosis, and this is the respiratory alkalosis due to the variation in the carbon dioxide, and the bicarbonate ion will be normal in that case. So these are the two conditions of the respiratory acidosis and alkalosis. Next is the, if the pH is low, carbon dioxide is normal, bicarbonate is low. Low bicarbonate ion, low pH, and low pH mean acidosis. So it will be the metabolic acidosis. Fourth one is the high pH, normal carbon dioxide, and high bicarbonate ion. High bicarbonate and high pH, and high pH mean it will be the alkalosis. And what type of alkalosis? Metabolic alkalosis due to the variations in the bicarbonate ion. Fifth and the sixth case, these are the compensated cases. You will see pH is low, normal, but in that case concentration of the carbon dioxide is high, and bicarbonate will also be high. High concentration of the carbon dioxide means it pH will be low. In that case, high carbon dioxide, pH will be low, and low pH will be the acidosis, respiratory acidosis. But why bicarbonate is high? Because kidney is just trying to compensate the high concentration of the carbon dioxide, because high concentration of the carbon dioxide causes the respiratory acidosis. So kidney produce more bicarbonate ion, more bicarbonate ions means more pH, and more pH will try to increase the low pH, and it will try to normalize the pH. So this will be the compensated respiratory acidosis. There is a problem in the lungs, but your kidney is trying to adjust the pH of the blood. Next case is the pH is again normal, carbon dioxide is low, and bicarbonate is also low. Bicarbonate is low. There is a problem in it, in the kidney. Low bicarbonate ion, low pH, and low pH will be acidosis, metabolic acidosis. But why carbon dioxide is low? Because low carbon dioxide, high pH. High pH will try to compensate the acidosis condition. So this will be the compensated metabolic acidosis. So these are the two important cases, compensated cases in that case. So this is all about the arterial blood gases. If you still have any question, you ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.